The seat is uncomfortable in the specific way airplane seats always are. You've adjusted it 3 times since takeoff. The armrest is too low. The person in front of you has reclined the full 2 inches the seat allows, which puts their headrest directly in your sightline. You have a window seat, 24A, and outside the oval of scratched plastic, the sky is the flat gray of mid-afternoon clouds. You have 4 hours left. You know this because the little plane on the seatback screen has barely moved. You order a ginger ale because you always order ginger ale on planes. It comes in a plastic cup with 3 ice cubes. You drink half of it. You put the cup on the tray table. You look at your phone even though it's in airplane mode and there's nothing new on it. You close your eyes. This is the last ordinary moment. You don't know that yet. You won't know it for another 40 minutes when everything that follows will snap this moment into sharp relief. The ginger ale, the reclined seat, the little plane on the screen. All of it will become the last time the world made complete sense. The turbulence starts gently, a shimmy. The kind that makes the ice cubes clink against the plastic cup and nothing more. The seatbelt sign comes on with that familiar soft chime, and the captain's voice says something about rough air ahead and to remain seated. You've heard this before. You tighten your seatbelt 1 notch and go back to the movie you weren't really watching. Then the second wave hits. This one is different. The plane doesn't shimmy. It drops. Not a dip, not a gentle descent, a drop. Your stomach goes somewhere your body doesn't follow. The cup slides off the tray table. The overhead bins rattle. Someone behind you makes a sound that isn't quite a word. The seatbelt cuts into your hips, and you grab the armrest with both hands, and the armrest is the most solid thing in the world right now. Then it happens again. Harder. The lights flicker once. The plane shudders with a sound you've never heard before. A deep groan from somewhere inside the structure. Like the aircraft is being asked to do something it wasn't designed to do. A flight attendant in the aisle grabs an overhead bin and holds on. That's the moment, right there. The flight attendant's face. Because they've seen turbulence. They've seen passengers panic over nothing. But her face right now is doing something different. Her face is doing the calculation. You start doing the calculation too. The captain comes on again. The voice is controlled, professional, every word measured. But he says something about an engine, and your brain fixes on that word, and everything else becomes noise. Engine. You look out the window. You can't see anything useful from 24A, just cloud and the edge of the wing and nothing that tells you what engine means right now. The plane banks left, hard. The horizon through your oval window tilts to a steep angle, and for a long moment you are looking straight down at a gray-brown landscape 30,000 feet below. And the only thing between you and it is this seat, this belt, this machine. You think about the exit row. You aren't in it. You're in 24A. You think about the safety card in the seat pocket. You've never read it on a single flight in your entire life. The oxygen masks drop. That's when the cabin goes from controlled fear to something else. The masks swing down from their compartments, yellow cups and tangled tubes, and someone is crying, and someone is praying. And the child, 3 rows up, starts screaming and doesn't stop. You grab your mask and you pull the tab and you breathe, and the air that comes in is thin and plasticky, and you breathe it anyway, because the card you never read said to secure your own mask before assisting others. And right now, you are the others. You are the person who needs securing. The flight attendant's voice comes through the speakers. Brace position. Those 2 words. You know what brace position is. Everyone knows what brace position is. It's the thing you've seen in movies and silently judged as theatrical. You lean forward now. You fold your arms on the seat in front of you. You press your forehead against your forearms. You tuck your feet back. You make yourself as small and dense as possible, a version of you that can absorb impact, and you wait. The sound the plane makes is immense. It isn't one sound. It's layered. Engines and wind and structure and the screaming of 40 people, and underneath all of it, a frequency you feel in your back teeth, a vibration that comes from the airframe itself, telling you something is very wrong in the language of metal and physics. You don't pray. Or maybe you do. You don't know what you're doing. Your thoughts stop being sentences. They become images. Your apartment, a specific afternoon, someone's face, a meal you had 6 months ago in a restaurant with a red door. These things arrive in no order and make no argument and ask for nothing. They just appear one after another, like your brain is taking inventory of everything it was given and doesn't want to let go of any of it. The impact is not what you expected. There is no single crash. There is a sequence. First the landing gear, wrong angle, the whole aircraft lurching. Then the nose, then the cabin pitching forward, and everything that was fixed suddenly isn't. Overhead bins open, bags fall, the lights go out completely. And somewhere in the middle of all of this, a sound like the world tearing, and then nothing. Silence. The silence after is the strangest part. It isn't peaceful. It isn't the absence of sound. It's the presence of an absence that has no right to be there. 40 seconds ago, the engines were screaming, and now there is just your own breath, and someone moaning 2 rows back, and a high-pitched hiss from somewhere forward, and the smell of fuel, and burned metal, and the particular chemical smell of things that weren't designed to burn. You lift your head. You are still in 24A. The seat is still beneath you. The seatbelt is still across your hips, cutting in deep. Your hands are still on the armrest. You take a full inventory of your own body, fingers, arms, legs. You move each one deliberately. A slow checklist. Everything responds. You are not sure what that means yet. You're not sure of anything yet. The emergency lights come on. Low red-orange strips along the floor. They don't illuminate the cabin so much as define the edges of it. You can see the outline of the person in front of you. You can see the aisle. You can see the exit sign, still lit, small and green and pointing the direction your legs are already deciding to move. You get the seatbelt off. You stand. Your legs hold. You step into the aisle. The floor is wrong, tilted, the plane is stopped at an angle, and every step requires recalculating your balance. There is smoke now. Not thick, not choking yet, but present. Thin wisps moving toward the ceiling. You know from nothing more than instinct that you need to be outside before that changes. The exit is 6 rows forward. You count them. 4, 3, 2, 1. A flight attendant is at the door, both hands on the handle, and she pulls it, and the door opens, and the slide deploys, and the sound of outside rushes in. Cold air. Real air. The kind that has weather in it, and distance, and no fuel smell. She says, go. You go. The slide is faster than you expect. You hit the tarmac, and someone grabs your arm and pulls you upright, and you are running. Because everyone is running. And you don't know why you're running, or where. Just away. Just the same direction as every other body, which is away from the plane. You stop when the people around you stop. You turn around, the aircraft is on its side. Not fully, not completely, but listed heavily onto its left wing, and there is fire at the back. A real fire, not movie fire, quiet and specific and orange-black, eating through the tail section. Emergency vehicles are already arriving, yellow lights pulsing across the tarmac, and you stand there in the cold and watch them, and you are shaking. Not because you decided to shake. Your body decided. You can't stop it. Your hands, your jaw, your legs, everything is trembling the way a thing trembles after it has been under enormous strain and is now suddenly not. You sit down on the tarmac because your legs have made that decision. The concrete is cold through your clothes. Someone puts a blanket around your shoulders. A foil one, the kind you've seen at marathons. You hold it closed with both hands. You look at the plane. You look at the fire getting smaller as the foam hits it. You look at the people around you, sitting, standing, some crying, some on phones, some just staring at the same thing you're staring at. You think about the ginger ale. 3 ice cubes, a plastic cup on a tray table, the last ordinary thing. The last moment the world was just the world, and you were just a person inside it. Slightly uncomfortable, vaguely bored, counting down 4 hours with nothing but a movie you weren't really watching and a sky full of gray cloud. You are alive. You know this the way you know something that hasn't finished being real yet. A paramedic crouches beside you, asks your name, asks if you can hear them. You answer both questions. Your voice sounds different to you, smaller, more careful, like a thing being used for the first time after a long storage. You tell them your name, you look at the plane, you tell them your name again,